On today's episode, recyclers, electricity, and disasters. Hey guys and gals, Malchus 1974, back at ya with another episode of our modded steampunk server play thing. I don't know, whatever we can call it. Let me get out of this thing. So, we're at my base. And you guys have never actually seen this base put together because it's been a few days since I've done a video. I mean, since I've recorded my last video, actually, I should say. And a lot has happened. And of course it's going to rain and be foggy while I'm here. Do we actually have... Let me check something out. No, I was gonna check if I had the fog machine. I'm pretty sure MonkeyPuzzle put the fog machine somewhere on the server, and I thought that was supposed to stop this from happening everywhere, but anyway, there's not much we can do. So one of the first things I want to show you guys is that, actually what I want to tell you is that, yes, I had a natural disaster on my base. A couple of my server mates, one named James and the other one named were actually trying to tame a titanosaur, did I say that right? Whatever that big, huge Brontosaurus thing, Majiggy with the big, huge body. Anyway, they tried to tame him down that way some way. If we look, if I point down that way, there's a swamp down there. But when I just look at the map, yeah. So here's me, I'm twiddling. Straight ahead where I'm pointing is a swamp area. So I believe around the mountain areas over there, because James lives up there. Lives over there. Okay, wait, and I'm getting off center here. Okay, they were trying to tame a titanosaur, and it got away from them, and it just happened to run right into my base. My ship was parked right here. The ship we saw last episode had all of my steampunk mod stuff on it. Plus I had a small little base made here, and I had some tames that you guys didn't see yet. And he just absolutely wrecked my base. And as you can see, I did have these walls up, but he did wreck a few of these walls. But I believe he must have came right straight through here and just kind of came in here and crashed and destroyed everything, totally wiped out my boat with all my stuff on it. And of course I wasn't even here. I was logged off, probably working or sleeping or dealing with the kids or something, I don't know. And yeah, so totally crushed me. So James sends me a message, and he's like, bad things happened. And I was like, oh, alright, well, I mean, what did I lose? And he was like, everything. I was like, but you do have 2 tames that made it through. I'm like, oh, that's good. And yeah, so anyway, James and were nice enough to help me get reset up. They got me all my materials back. They saved a lot of my materials anyway, but I mean, the ship I lost was kind of devastating. But James actually built this this building here, and he built a stone version of what this metal thing is, and he put a bunch of my stuff that I lost in here, all my steampunk stuff, and I brought my whatever you call this thing. What is this? The stupid industrial copper grinder and the electrical workstation over here on top of these steampunk pillar things, or not pillar things, but whatever, these circle things. I forget what these called. What are these called? These gazebo bases. That's like the full gazebo right there. So yeah, so the ship's gone. Unfortunately, it was destroyed, and we lost a lot of tames. So they brought me a bunch of tames to replace mine, including some more. Actually, you can see this still says I haven't changed the Enkies yet names. I did have one of these guys, the frog guys. He was quite a high level, so they did replace him with some other ones. There's another one over here. They're not quite as high, but to be honest, these guys take about 5 seconds to tame. So yeah, it's all good. And I did tame this. This is my Tech Rex I got, and of course we still have Grumpy. He's still alive. And I did get a couple of these guys. So from and I believe James gave me one. I believe. I'm not 100% sure. A bunch of people came over and gave me a bunch of stuff. So it was all good. It's all good now. Of course I have these guys. So yeah, Everything was replaced. Of course, we're on a server. We're on a community server, so we always help each other out if something terrible happens, and that was pretty terrible. But anyway, today I do want to cover this thing. I should have covered this last time, but I guess I didn't. The powered recycler. Now, if we look in the Engrams here, Recyler. This is one of those things that has it doesn't have a name like I showed you on the very first episode. So it was a different name, so I never actually noticed it. But it's only level 0, so you can actually put this with your grinder right off. It does connect directly to the grinder, and the grinder does power it. So that's something you have to keep in mind. And if you go inside, what this does is it allows you to recycle things. I think I've already done a bunch of it, but I'll show you guys how it works. I don't know if I have anything I can recycle or not. Let me look. I could do some of these armors, but that's kind of lame. I might not even have anything to recycle. I think I already recycled everything. Well, we can do a few of these things. Let's take these pipes, for instance. I mean, this is like small change stuff, but it'll work anyway. We'll do like, I mean, this is all kind of lame, but I don't know if we'll get that back or not. Let's find out. Oh, we can do the bottles. We don't need these bottles anymore. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Alright, and I am going to need some of this. I'll show you how this thing works. No, actually you need... No, is it this? I forget. What runs this thing? So you have to turn this on first. So I believe it takes gas. Let me see. Gasoline. I'll grab 3 of these. All done. So yeah. So that turns it on. So now it's on, which it's now powering this thing. Well, it's supposed to be. Why aren't you moving? Did I not connect you good enough? Alright, let me pick up powder recycle. Let's try this again. I might not have placed it. It does have to be connected though, so. There we go. Now it's powered. So yeah, so this has to be on, and then you can do this. And then we'll just stick these things in here. Oh, I can't do these. Well, that's a bummer. I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. I wonder why you can't do these. Is it because they have water in them, maybe? Yeah, maybe. Anyway, so you put whatever you want in here. Basically, if you find a nice high-level saddle or something that you don't want to use, you put it in here. You'll get a certain percentage of your stuff back. So I got these 4 things in here, and if I say recycle items, it'll say, okay, we'll recycle all this stuff, and this is what we'll get. I mean, obviously this isn't bad, but you hit the recycle and you get all your stuff back. So it's a good way to get a lot of material back that you might not have available. I'm going to shut that off for now, etc. So the other thing we need to cover today is power, and I already have my power set up over here. This is called a what is it? Powered coil generator, and connected to it I have the steam powered press. Now this and this work together, and you do need them both done to actually generate power, but the press does a few other things too. Number one, this is where all your steam comes. That's because this is making steam out of water. Let me see. Yeah, so to actually fuel this thing, you need water. So what I have over here is I have a tap set up. The water thing comes all the way down here. Bang. I brought it up here. This is close enough. And if you see, it actually has 500 for water. So it is getting supplied by this thing for water. I did try the bucket thing. That's why I had an extra bucket. And the bucket did not work on this for whatever reason, like it did, like it seems to work with this thing. So yeah, the next thing you have to do once you get this all hooked up, these do snap together just like I snapped the grinder and the recycler together. These do snap together too. You put this down first, your coil generator, and then you put your press down, and then you can take wires, which you can have made over here in the electrical thing. You go in here, you go to structures, you go electrical. You'll need the outlet, and you'll need the wire. And they're not as good as the S Plus wires, I can tell you that, because you can't hide them. But how it works is I actually have the wires hook through the bottom of this. And sometimes if you have, it's kind of hard to see, but I have it going through the floor, through this wall, and all the way through the floor still. And I kind of have it do a little angle here. You can angle these, so these kind of act like pipes. How you can angle the pipes different ways. You go up, down, up. Like when you lay it down, it's kind of a pain in the butt to do it, but just like the pipes. But it does work. I have it going through that wall, which then it ends here, and it's powering this fridge, and these 3 AC units for my my nesting area here for breeding, etc., stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So everything's all set up. We're powered, and these things aren't that expensive, really. Let's see. I'll go back in here. Steam. Alright, so the steam-powered coil generator is 50 cementing paste, 100 copper plates, panels 50, metal ingots 250, oil 100, so it's not that bad. And the press is 50, 150, 25, 350, and 50 oil. You're probably wondering why that's a little bit more expensive. Well, this thing can produce oil for you, but you do need the feces, the hide, and the spoiled meat. It's really not a bad deal. I'll probably never use this because I'm right on the water, and I do have a bunch of oil nodes that are just down here. I got like 4 or 5 of them that I just go under and I can grab a bunch of oil, so it's not very hard for me to get oil. Or I can go to the desert, and we got a couple pumps out there that also give us oil. So, I mean, I'm not going to really bother with that. I just hooked this up for the power. So, yeah, that's awesome. What else can we cover today that we haven't quite taken a look at? Let me make sure I got everything, because I am 1 level away from 80. So when we get to level 80, let's go back to the Engrams. This is what I've been waiting for. I've been working on this for a week to get to level 80, so it's been kind of a pain in the butt. Level 80 is going to give us a bunch of stuff. Number one, we're going to get the drills. I've been waiting for the drills forever, so we'll probably cover the drills next episode. We'll get this thing. I think this is another electrical thing for the trike powered thing. I believe that's what that is. I don't know if there's any other steampunk stuff in here. This is like, I don't know if that's steampunk or not. I'd have to see. But I knew these are the drill tips, and that's the drill actually. So I'm trying to get enough stuff together to make that. But as you can tell, I don't have a whole lot of copper. So I do have to make a copper run here. Do we have 65? Yeah, we can. Let me put some together here. Copper. We need spark powder. Yeah, so we'll grab 4. Pull. There we go. Turn on. And I'll just craft 65 of those. Alright, awesome. So I'm going to have to go and get some more crystal. I'll probably just bring, these guys are really fast, and I love the fact that they can climb walls, so I really love these guys. So I've been using them a lot lately. I don't have a ship anymore to bring my tames out to get certain things. Oh, well, if you guys are wondering about the rock guy here, me and James went out and we actually tamed this the other day. So yeah, it's pretty cool, because I kind of I have dispatched of my ThatDudeChaos that they replaced my original, my pretty high level one I had, and they replaced, I don't know if they just missed it or if they were just trying to help, but it was like a level 60 ThatDudeChaos, and I was like, yeah, that ain't gonna work. I can get stone with my hands better than that thing could. But so James was like, oh, well, let's just go get you a rock giant, and I was like, okay. So yeah, that's where we got the rock giant. This guy's pretty awesome. I've never had a rock giant before. Just send him out there. And it goes good with the steampunk. Think about it, this crazy stuff. And steampunk. Let me see. I've been really trying to push weight right now, because he's basically my rock utility guy. I know he's like a badass and he can beat people up and stuff, but yeah, he can't store as much as the ThatDudeChaos does, but he can definitely get enough stuff. Awesome. And I'll throw some more in weight. I want to go beat this guy up. Let's go. Hey. Me mad, Hulk mad. Yeah, so, yeah. Awesome. And I believe he runs off of rotten meat. I'm pretty sure, because that's how we tamed him with. We tamed him with rotten meat. But, of course, we have, we don't tame him as a normal game. We have that mod in here that allows you to tame him with, like, a passive tame. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Throw that more in there. There we go. Ooh, and I do need those, all that prime meat I just got from that guy, too. So, anyways, guys, that's this episode. Today we covered the Recyler, so build one of those. Those are awesome. And my first electric machine. And obviously, if you guys have actually thought about this, yes, this is endless supply of energy because all it needs is this water, and it's to keep making steam. I'm not sure what we have to do with the steam, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So until next time, guys, I think I'm gonna have to start building some plants. So I think we're gonna get into some of the planting stuff, plants next episode, because yeah, we're gonna need some of that stuff. So until then, guys, this is MonkeyPuzzle 1974. See you later. Monkey out of here.